Hey guys, so I thought I'd make a video real quick of some things that I got done because I wanted to mail them out later this morning and I have a headache, so I'm gonna be going to bed again. I feel like I just got out of bed. So I got some flowers that have been sitting on my desk for quite a while. And I finally got around to glittering them and putting the centers in them. That's what they look like. I like them. I'm not sure what I'll use them for yet. But usually when I am dyeing something and I have leftover inks, then I usually have a bunch of paper shapes cut out, and then I use the paper shapes to soak up the excess alcohol ink. And then when I've dyed as much paper as I could with the leftover alcohol ink, then I go back in with paper towels and get the excess. And then use the paper towels for crafting. So I try and stretch it as far as I can in that regard. So then I got some more flowers made. I made this one. I'm gonna zoom out again. There we go. And I made another one of these. And these half-back pearl looking centers I got from Shay. They were buttons that she sent me. And the rest of them I'm going to show you are pretty much the same. These are some of the ribbon roses I got from Michaels. Coda, what are you eating? Dakota, what are you eating? You need to be a good girl. Okay? So then I made a few cards. The first one I tried some different things and I'm not terribly happy with how it turned out. Kind of a live and learn type of dealio. So this was the first card that I made, and I really wanted to use the embossing folder that Leslie sent me. The only downside to those is that they're not very big, so that I had to have these edges around the embossed part that weren't embossed. So, and then another one of my mistakes was putting these brads onto this top sheet before I had glued it down, because well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered before I put the brads on before, but the Tombow glue, or the Tombow tape, just doesn't stick very well when there's any tension on the paper. So I used a lot of super glue on this card, and I've never used super glue on a card before, but I had to because the Tombow just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. So these letterings, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. They were from the Um, it was from the sheet of the Tim Holtz stack that I got, and the word was Thanksgiving, so I just, you know, cut out each letter. They were already in these blocks, and then I just left out the giving, obviously. That's how it looks. So it was Thanksgiving. And I put the paper on crafting foam, which I got this idea from one crafty cookie. And then I colored the edges with a black permanent marker, and then went over it with some black ink, and then some of the vintage photo distress ink. And then this was a little dragonfly brad that Bonnie had sent me. And sorry guys, I'm just not feeling good. Let's see, what else did I do? This was just a piece of brown scrap paper. Whenever I do a card, I always try and look through the assortment of scraps that I have and try and use up what I have already cut. And then when I'm cutting into a new sheet, I try and make the most of that sheet. So I really don't throw too many paper scraps away. This outside brown cardstock was from the from that. I don't really like it because it's so thin, but I'm not going to throw it away, you know, so I might as well just get used to using it till it's gone, you know. Try and make the best of what you have. So that's what the actual card part is. And then on the inside, I just, this was a sheet from the new paper pads I just got from the Fiction set. I think it's meant to look like a brown paper bag. I just needed a lighter piece of brown to go on here to write something on. And then this dragonfly stamp was also from Bonnie. So that was the first card I got done. You know, I'm proud I kind of went a little off the map compared to what I usually do. I still had to... Most of my cards are really low-key, though, because I have to send them in the mail. And I don't want to pay a lot to mail a card. I just want to pay the normal postage. So that's why all of my cards are really flat, because I'm not going to be... You know, I don't want to pay for a bubble mailer. You know, shipping is ridiculous, so the second card I did was this one. It's kind of hard to see through the camera, but it says thank you. In person you can see it just fine, but for some reason through the camera it's a little bit hard to see. This background paper was from that Fiction stack also, I believe. Yeah. And the actual card itself was from that same thin cardstock, the Coordinations. Mother Earth. And then the lettering is from, I cut out from a die that Bonnie gave me. And this, Bonnie had given me a die. Bonnie gives me a lot of things. Bonnie had given me a die that cut out squares, so I cut out two of the largest squares, one out of the orange crafting foam, and then I had some more of this blue scrap from, you know, trimming the card down to size so it would fit in an envelope. And then I just took some extremely cheapy scrapbooking paper I had. I took a scrap of it, flipped it upside down. I stuck it on a smaller square on the same die plate, and cut out a smaller square and just used the white side of the patterned paper. It was just really cheapy scrapbooking paper. It's the type that comes with kits. You know, it's not very good scrapbooking paper. And then this was a stamp that I had gotten after Valentine's Day. And I just thought it was cute. So, I didn't think it had to be just for Valentine's Day. So, I stamped that on there. And I used the Studio G little blue ink pad that I got. And inside, there was just a scrap of the front paper, so I just glued it to the side. And then this flower shape was on the same die as the thank you, and it got cut out, so I didn't want to waste it, so I just glued that on there. So there's that card. The third card that I did is this one. And I really wanted to use the Fact paper stack. Let me see if I can grab it here. This one, because it doesn't have many designs on it that I like. Like, I like the paper one, or the music note one, and I like the chevron. But there isn't a whole lot of them that I like. I bought a lot of them anyways, just because they were $1. So, but I really wanted to delve into that paper stack, so I created a card around a sheet of that paper, and so yeah, that's what this top pattern paper on is from the Fact stack. And the actual card is made from that Coordinates Mother Earth cardstock. And then I had some scraps, so I cut a thank you out of that same sheet, and I had scraps from I still had scraps from that same sheet of cardstock after I'd cut out the thank you and cut out the card itself. So I cut out these 3 smallish squares, and then these stickers, I got these from the Dollar Tree like a couple years ago. And I think they're really pretty. I was a little bit worried because they didn't feel very sticky, but once they're on paper they adhere really well. So, yeah, I just stuck those on there. I really like how the front of it turned out. And then once again I had a scrap from the front, so I just wanted to use it, and I put it right there. And then some more stickers. And then the fourth and final card. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Ooh. This is the card that I made. It's still wet, so I'm going to try and remember that it's wet so that I don't smear the stickles. The stickles, the glitter glue. So the card itself is once again from that Coordinates Mother Earth paper stack, or paper set, you know what I mean. This background woof paper and the dog that I fussy cut was from the Recollections paper stack that's called the Pet Pad. And so yeah, I just fussy cut him out of one page, and then I cut a sheet off another page for the background. And I had begun this card a different way, but it was when my blade was getting dull, my first one, and I ended up tearing up the whole background of the paper that I fussy cut this dog out of, so I had to start again. And what really frustrates me is after 2 cards, the new replacement trimmer blade that I bought, it's now getting dull too. I would think Cricut would be a good brand, but apparently Cricut is a horrible brand. So I will definitely have to invest in a new paper trimmer because I can't keep going and buying blades at this rate, you know. So, these banners, of course the dog is kind of covering the first one. These banners were scraps from the cardstock I made the actual card from. And then, I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on it. Yep, it will. Okay. The thank you that I cut out. This was from this, paper stack that Bonnie sent me. We are memory makers, keepers. We are memory keepers, and it's the Friends Forever stack. And I used, I don't know where it is. I had taken a sheet from that Friends Forever stack for the inside, and then I had a scrap left over. So I cut out a thank you and put that on the banners here. And this dog's really cool because he's flocked, so he's really fuzzy. It's like petting a dog. And then I had stamped a paw print in here. It just says Commotion rubber stamps. All of my stamps are like hand-me-down. Like, I buy a great majority of my stamps from thrift stores. I'm really not a picky person. So, I don't know if that stamp has a name or not. It's just a paw print. So I inked it up with that vintage photo distress die. And I must say, I am not loving, for my first distress die, I'm really not loving distress dies. I know everybody loves them, but I want an ink pad that I can use as a distresser and also use for stamping. You know, before I got that one distress pad, all I had was a basic silver, gold, and black ink pad, and I could stamp with those, and I could also distress the edges with those, and there was no problem. But with the distress pads, you can't stamp with them. They don't, it's like really watery. They don't ink up evenly. I don't know. I guess because I don't have a great deal of money, I'd rather invest in a stamp pad. As expensive as those are, I'd rather invest in a stamp pad that I could distress the edges with and stamp with, is what I'm trying to say. So, because I don't have money to buy an ink pad of the same color, one for distressing and one for stamping. I don't see any point of that. So, yeah, I guess that's all I did. I don't think there's anything else that I did. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.